time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
Does everyone here know about Gimli's boot falling off in a long shot of them running in the two towers? I didn't know that. No, that is that's a deep iceberg right there. Wow. It's definitely, that is there. Yeah, that is definitely a less commonly known one. For me, I would crave to see more behind the scenes for the OG movies. If he wants to do them, hell, why not? Yeah. Well, and by the sounds of it, Aaron, it's like going to be bringing, like, there is already recorded footage, like hours and hours, like there'd be hundreds of hours, that would be behind the scenes stuff. So it's there, but we want it, right? Why the hell not? Exactly. I think it's just more like, just give it to us. Give it. I want it. It's mine. Peter's turning us all into Gollum. The movies misrepresent Gimli, Denethor, Merry, Pippin in significant ways. I'd like to know why. I feel like it sounds like you've got like a very focused mind. It's like I need to know why you did this. Why have you done this to my characters? Yeah, no, definitely. There is like a plethora of questions and answers for those sort of things, but I guess it's like that's where like the creative movie part takes control. It's like the real answer is there may not even be an answer. The answer is like, well, I don't know, because I wanted to, like, right? But yeah, like I guess there's those key creative. I guess what I'm trying to say is there's key creative decisions in the, around the writing desk and that sort of stuff that would be really cool to know about what decisions they had to make those decisions, like, well, why they needed to make those decisions and the reasoning behind it. But the truth is, we'll probably never know that because that's the creative process to art. Artists don't tell you how to do their art. Like, it's the whole point. Like, it just defeats the purpose of it. So it's like, it's kind of like asking an artist how all that works. It's a bit of a, it's not really for us to ask that. It's just us to enjoy and then and or not enjoy, right? It's just like, but those sort of decisions, I guess, I feel like in the hands of those sort of people. Yeah. Yeah. Knowing is the key to understanding. I think we just have to kill these guys. And that's the great thing. He wants to do that instead of keeping them here. He could say, screw you guys no more. Yeah, oh yeah. And that he just, as I was saying before, he's a big fan of the fan service. He wants to help the fans. He loves to make the fans happy, and so, like, yeah, it's just that sort of thing. He's always although that boot thing was something I heard when I was very young, and I just went to rewatch the scene to share it, and I feel like people were potentially spreading misinformation. I feel so betrayed. It looks like he just kicks a rock. Maybe, okay, look into that more though, as don't give up on your dreams, okay? I'm just gonna say, don't give up on your dreams to believe that the boot went flying off. All right? You might be disappointed, but it will, like, you'll get an experience out of it. There's a degree of sleight of hand in any art. Yeah. Well, it's like, it's not sleight of hand. It's yours. You have the right to own that. Like, if you're an artist and you have a creative process, it's your right to own that creative process. It's not being sleight of hand, hiding it away and not revealing it to anyone. That's just normal business practice everywhere. But yeah, it's like how, yeah.
Orcs of Moria have much to account for. Stay a moment. We will need your aid against the Orcs of Moria.
It did look like a boot when I watched it way back then. No, you've been betrayed. Oh no, man. Lies west through the gardens, then north. Oh, out here. Oh.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
Of course, it's trickery movies. Yeah, I guess some things that are more trickery of this. If the secret is trickery, then I guess, yeah. But I guess the thing is, it's like there's a secret to everything, you know? It's like a lot of the time, right? In essence. I'm sure it was back when I watched it on my 720p monitor. Oh, that's not even that bad. Where's the 32p? We need... Oh, sorry, 32... 32p, 360p. God, 32p. Woo. There's some more pixels. Dun 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 dun. All right, now we go over here.
These halls will be great once more.
Sirak. Your mind registers you've been tricked. It wants to know how. I'm not advocating for the parts you didn't notice to be explained. Oh yeah, okay. I guess though box, I think that's different for different people though. You know, it's like some people want to know the answer, some people don't. But I guess I know what you mean though. It's like the whole thing with magic. It's like everyone, there's certain things that are predictable that everyone is like in that way. Yeah. Like everyone wants to know the answer, even if you don't, you know? Because like with a magic trick, I would choose to not want to know the answer. Like, I understand how it works. It's the same with some of those riddles and stuff. It's like getting the answer kills it. But also at the same time, that doesn't mean that I don't want the answer. Like I don't want to know how it works. Yeah. Sorry. Your mind is always doing that. It's kind of like the battle with yourself, whether you actually want like get the answer or not. I wonder if Kate Blanchett is coming back too. Yeah, it's a good point. Could be some core stuff for Kate there as well. I like knowing how tricks are done, but definitely understand people that don't. Yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is it's like, I think everyone does want to know and understand how tricks work. Like wants to know the answer, but some people are just like, okay, just like content with it. But everyone, I think deep down, that's the whole point of magic. The fact that it works is that you want to know the answer. So how can you not, you know? But I think we learn to like just make it the decision that we don't want to, because we learn that it doesn't give us the best outcome, you know. But sometimes, yeah, like sometimes like when you're actually learning a trick to actually do it. But it's like that thing, if someone does a magic trick to you and then you get them to tell you, it's like it's not fun anymore, right? But it's fun then if you take that trick and you learn it and then you do it to other people that don't know it, and then the fun continues. That's the cycle of, it's a cycle of magic tricks. In fact, if people didn't actually want to know, debunking videos wouldn't be that popular. Exactly. Yeah, it's like hidden deep in there, everyone wants to somewhere. And I think we indulge in that in certain ways, like watching stuff like that, you know? But yeah. The problem is if I learn how to do a magic trick, I'll forget it again after a few months. Yes. That is a... yeah, I feel that. That's very true. Oh, no, my guy up. Do you think they're doing a flashback of Christopher Lee? Well, I mean, he's not really that... Is there any core things that really occur that Saruman is a part of? I don't really think, right? I feel like I honestly hope they don't. At some point, you just have to move on. Like at some point, you either have to decide we either don't do more movies with Saruman, or we get a new actor, right? At some point, and if for all characters, right? And I feel like this is the point. It doesn't. It will just age really badly, and they know that. They know that. They so know what ages and what does. Like, so I completely just feel like they will make the right choice in regards to that. I always have the detachable thumb, the trusty detachable thumb trick to wow the kids. Hell yeah. I definitely don't want digital necromancy to bring back Saruman. Yes. Oh wait, when you said that, for some reason I just thought of Palpatine. Somehow Palpatine has returned. Like, digital necromancy, I imagine, is like actually no, but yeah, I see what you mean. Digital necromancy, like they did with Tarkin in Rogue One. Yeah, true. Yeah, that was... look, I think the Tarkin thing, it was very... it was very one moment. I think it was okay, but yeah, it's so hard because it just makes the age so bad. It's like, even like the Rogue One thing is okay. Like, you know, it's all right. He looks okay, but like, it's still gonna age. Like, it's gonna look worse in the future than it does now, which is the worst part. So, I don't know. There's always going to be updates, and just things are just slightly off. Things are just things are still uncanny valley with that sort of stuff, right? It's like with the Luke stuff they did with Mando, like, whew. I don't care if the family approved. This is a disgrace. Yeah, I wouldn't like that as well, Box. It would not be cool. That would not be very cool. Well, I think tricky subject, but I think the option is recast. Get an actor in. This is your opportunity to do it. People aren't expecting Christopher Lee. Like, right? This is the opportunity. Like, you do it now. If, you know, yeah. It's a pretty simple... And I don't think it really needs to be... yeah. It's just gonna be better than that no matter what. Yeah. But it depends, I guess, what happens, like, what moments... Because you were saying, I mean, like, orcs are there, and, like... Maybe we get, like, some scene of Saruman yelling atop... Orthanc or something like that, and it's really far away, and but I don't know. Yeah. I think like Weta and the whole team behind it are pretty onto digital enhancements. You know, they've actually got very far technology with that sort of stuff because they put a lot of money into it for Lord of the Rings, so it's actually a lot's come out of it. But in regards to complete digital replacement, I think they actually, like, creatively, like, have tried to veer away from that a lot. Like, even in The Hobbit, they made a lot of choices that they just digitally enhanced everything. but like they still kept to kind of their core principles of filming and all of that, and their process with it all. How crazy would it be to see The Hobbit like completely the whole movie with no crazy editing, no like de-aged like Legolas, you know, no like just all raw. It'd be like watching like a play, like a drama, like a performance. It'd be great. I love it. Imagine Marvel making a Black Panther with a CGI. Chadwick Boseman. Yeah. That's all I would accept if you hear in the background or something. Yeah, like they reuse some audio lines, that sort of thing. And that's what I feel like I can imagine them doing that, but a full sort of front-on digital replacement, I think is a bit... It's not like that team to do that. They're all about mocap as well and all that. Like there would be... Well, I guess they could do like a mocap replacement like they did with Mando as well, couldn't they? But, you know, I don't know. Please, let's just not think about it anymore. I'm okay with some necromancy to complete a performance when the actor has passed before ending film. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm okay with that as well. I think it's respectful to them. The fact that they even were wanting to film a movie at that point in their lives. It is. But yeah, no, after though. We'll go there. Solution is to be clone a new Christopher Lee and raise him from birth to become exactly as he was in his previous life, of course. He totally won't turn out like Count Dooku. You know? I think they should recast everyone. I actually don't know what I think about that. I think, like I was saying before, like it has to happen at some point. Either you have to make a decision to do it or just not keep going. But would it be better to do a full recast? Would it be better to slowly recast? I don't know. I don't think it's need. Like, I think like just replacing and recasting actors as we need them. You know, Christopher Lee passed away, and you know, I think that's really the way to go. If there's a full flip and a full replacement of new people, it's like, it feels weird. Like, that's just kind of what Rings of Power was in a lot of ways. Like, if you kind of, you don't look at any of the writing and all of that sort of stuff with the Rings of Power, like don't take into account any of the, like the fact of what it's like or this and that, but like visually the actors and the casting was pretty good for, you know, for some of it. For some of it, I'll say. For certain major characters, though, is an example of what recasting can look like. And I don't know. I just think... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I... Honestly, it's stuff like that it's just like... You just got to leave in the hands of the people that make the decisions. So... I think the Rings of Power casting was bad, personally. Well, like, I don't know, Galadriel I thought was alright. Wouldn't you think? Elrond, age-wise... Okay, let's stop. Let's get it straight for a second, though, as well. Is casting lore-wise, they did a horrible job. Like, at casting the ages and making people look the right, horrible job. But... I don't know, I think just like seeing a character as a different thing, like seeing Galadriel as this different actor, seeing Elrond as a different actor, seeing like, you know, it just kind of gave that perspective on what recasting could be like. For as bad as the movie is, Fast and Furious did well with Paul Walker. True. Want to blend it. They're also older and sound different. Yeah, definitely. Exactly. Yeah, so it's not right. It's kind of like, that's the thing. I'd rather them make that decision at some point to recast rather than me seeing essentially an actor I love slowly die. Like, and it's sad. It's just sad. Like, you know, and forcing and not feel like, yeah. There's been examples of that in the past with other characters, like other actors you see in movies, and it's just kind of sad, like those things that, but yeah. I just always look forward to new creative choices and teams and what new people can bring in. Revillion, 100%. That is so true, and I agree with you completely. That is what is all about. And at the end of the day, letting other people take some creative control and seeing what happens is where it's at, right? We get to sit back and see what happens, and yeah. Case in point, right? Rings of Power and all that. I mean, it's like, I don't think things like that are bad as a whole. I think you can have the opinion that it is a bad show, but I don't think it's a bad thing that Rings of Power was made. It's just like, things just happen. People make different things. Like, the decisions they've made in that TV show is going to send ripples and change decisions in the future with different things. It's like, it's, you know, it's the butterfly effect of stuff. Kind of control over those sort of things. And yeah, just, I love to just look forward to that as well. Those creative differences. To just be like, oh, that's okay. I'm getting like a little bit into the mind of who you are. And for Rings of Power, I couldn't care less, because who's directing it? Who's right? Like, I don't care about you. I don't know what you've done. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm really curious to see. I'm really keen to see what Andy Serkis does with Hunt for Gollum. Ignoring acting ability, just the physical presence of the Rings of Power characters isn't the same. Yeah. Oh, they are there. You're right. I guess what I was kind of saying is it's just like a look into what recasting could be like. And well, you know what's interesting is how, like, who is it? Who's the elf guy? The elf warrior dude. Why can't I remember his name? But he was only in like the very first scene in the movies, because in the battle of the big battle with the orcs and the men and the elves. But he was in that in Rings of Power, which was really strange. I don't know if anyone kind of picked up on that, but it was kind of weird because it was actually like a connecting thing between them. What the hell is this guy's name? Is that with G? Oh, Gil-galad. Wait, Gil-galad? Was it Gil-galad? Yeah. I think I was thinking of another one of the. I think I was thinking of another one of those elves, but yeah, it is Gil-galad though, who's the actor I'm thinking of. Galadriel. Yeah. Yeah, no, Gil-galad, yeah. But yeah, no, so the actor that plays him in the original Lord of the Rings movies, which he is in, he's just in a tiny portion of it, and The rest of it was actually cut from the movie, which he was a bit upset about, as you would, right? Isn't it the same guy? It's the same guy. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. Yeah, Mark Ferguson. Was it not him, maybe? Or did they really just get a lookalike? Did they get me with that? They might have got me with that. Oh my god. Oh, that's weird, because I feel like Benjamin Walker, okay, they're different guys. Okay, never mind. That's funny. It's so funny, because I feel like I picked out that they looked really similar one time, and then I was like looking into it, and I feel like I looked into it and then figured it out, but maybe I just didn't ever look into it. I don't know. Yeah, they're such lookalikes. Holy.
The shadow of Mordor will not.
But yeah, I guess what I was gonna say is that when I watched it, because I thought it was the same guy, it was really weird for me, because I kind of was like, it felt like there was a bleed-in from Lord of the Rings, like in the same way as if they recasted everything and then kept a certain actor, you know? Oh yeah, but yeah, no, that's funny. Don't want to recast roles falling into mimicry. You can make nods and take inspiration. Straight up imitation isn't my thing. Oh, recast roles falling into mimicry. Yeah, no, I feel that as well, Box. Yeah. Like, do you mean as in like, so say an actor came in and was recasted as Saruman, they just like fully copied Christopher Lee's acting style and everything like that and tried to be like as close as possible? Is like that's what you're saying, right? That like that sucks. And because I feel like that does. Yeah, no, I'm all for that as well. That's like, you got to take risks, and like recasting just has to happen. It's a risk. No one wants it. No one wants change. Everyone hates this stuff, but you've got to do it. You've got to tear the band-aid off, and you flip a coin, and it lands, and you get what you get. You know, it's like, that's it, isn't it? Right? Yeah, like, and I mean that as in, actors need to just act and be themselves. We need to open the doors for people to become these actors we love. Like, we love these actors in Lord of the Rings. Like, there is potential for thousands of other people in the world to become just like those for us. So we need to keep those doors open for them, you know? But at the same time, it's also scary and it's a risk, and they could suck and they could do a horrible job. But that's the risk we take. I think you just have to, with something you love, like we all love Lord of the Rings, and like that's what we love. We already have that. It's always going to be here. That's what we have. I always try to think about that with things when they extend stuff. Star Wars, for example, this sort of stuff. I still have what I enjoy and I like that. And that's it. That's all I need. Like, just because something further is bad doesn't mean it's tarnished my perspective on this world. This is my world, my experience. Like, you can't take that from me. I'm not going to let some shitty writer out there go take my enjoyment from me. No way. You know? So it's like, I'm all for that. I'm all for pushing more creative, more creative. Do it, do it. Who cares? Who cares if things fall apart and fail and crash? You get stuff. You get things. You get content. You get things. Like, we get The Hobbit. You know? Like, we got it. It's how it is. It went through all this stuff, but we got it. It's like... And it wouldn't be any other way, you know? Because things just turn out. I didn't care at all about Gil-galad Rings of Power until he got into fighting gear in season 2. Yeah, he looked awesome and began to fight into the dirt, and then he suddenly became kind of hot. Yeah. Did you hear they came to Peter with the script and they said he was thinking about doing the show, but they never called him back? Or maybe he never called them back. I have to drop this. No, all good. Can we address the main issue with Rings of Power? It frequently looked way too cheap considering the budget. Yeah, no, yeah, that's definitely, yeah, for sure, Box. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what more to say. That's just big true. It looks like it's just a filter. It's just a filter. A badly applied filter that looks cheaper than the original. Removes the shadows, removes the flat. It was a very like... It almost looked very comic booky in a way. The vibrant, bright colors, which I like, by the way. I liked the vibrantness of it. I thought it was nice. It was an interesting take on it all, but yeah, like it is. It looks cheap because of it. The fact that it cost them that much money to make that flat, comic-y, vibrant-looking look with the glared cameras and bright, like, you know, it feels like there's a glare in every corner. I don't know if you've, like, you know, there's some shininess happening somewhere everywhere. It's like, yeah. Thranduil was really well cast. Oh, how well casted. I know, right? What's so funny is the actor, he's like 2 years younger than Orlando Bloom, I'm pretty sure. Or like a year or two younger than Orlando. And Orlando's the young one. Orlando's the young guy. And Thranduil's actor is younger than Legolas. I thought that was really funny. And he's meant to be like his dad, you know. Oh, we love elves, don't we? Oh, the riddle. I didn't even realize I picked up a riddle, guys. All right, let's solve some riddles. And also The Hobbit gave us a great performance. Thranduil felt on Galadriel's level of commanding awe. Yeah, Box. Couldn't agree with you more. What an incredible show. Presents. One has it, the other doesn't. Yeah, wow. Alright. Dwarf walketh over, dwarf walketh under. In time of war, dwarf burneth asunder. A bridge? A tree? No. A bridge. Why are you burning your bridges, dwarves? What's with burning your bridges? Okay. It's not a personal league, it is what it is. Eleanor, or whatever you called it, looked great. What was that, Eleanor? I don't recall. It may just be from my tiredness at the moment. At the end of the day, I cannot hate the Hobbit trilogy. There's some great acting in it. Hey, there you go. That's we won him. We won him over. Yeah, look, like I think you can like something and it not be on the same level as something else you like. You know, I think that's the best way of putting it. think, you know, yeah, it's obvious that The Hobbit doesn't stand up to Lord of the Rings. For some people, I know there's definitely people out there who enjoy The Hobbit more, that probably grew up with it, and it's very nostalgic for them, and I think that's amazing and awesome that you know, other people have Lord of the Rings nostalgia like I do, but if it's for a different movie, I don't care. I don't care. It's Lord of the Rings nostalgia, you know? But yeah. There's good that came out of it, I think. There's a lot of good that came out of it. And if anything, as well, you got to think about stuff like this as well. It's like I was saying before, like how everything's good, everything does something in the industry with creativity. Like doing things is just good to do. Where am I going? I'm completely lost right now, guys. Sorry, I just got to actually reassess with what I'm doing. Oh, over here. Okay, I was so confused. All right,
These halls will be
I need to
great
pick up
once
these quests. And then I'll resume what I was saying.
fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
What foul and nameless things we face in Moria, I know not.
Oh, what I was saying is that it's like it has set up the possibility of what is possible, and I think that's great. It's like future shows and future movies. It's like when Lord of the Rings came out, trilogy, 3 movies, you know, filmed all together, like unheard of, you know, or like and then yeah, it's like it forges a way for new stuff doing things like that. And so whether or not like 3 movies was the right or wrong choice, 3 movies meant that they proved that they could do 3 movies, and it didn't really work that well. And so now in the future, we'll get decisions that, you know, are based on that. We hopefully won't get 3 movies stretched out from 1 book anymore, you know, or like, yeah. Things have to like happen for things to change. As, yeah.
May Durin return
I feel like there's a guy around here with a quest.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
Ah, there. All right, we'll do these mirrors first, actually. Oh, Aaron, you meant the Rings of Power, the city that gets destroyed in the dream. Is that the Dunedain city? Oh, the Undying Lands, Valinor. Yeah, true, of course. Wait, Valinor, you meant? Do you mean Valinor? I think that's why when I looked at that, I was like, Valinor. What's Valinor? The parts I dislike about The Hobbit were likely due to the Force 3 movies, like Barter scraped over too much bread. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it would have been upset if it was another. Yeah, yeah. Imagine that. Imagine, guys, what the Hobbit would have been if we had a different director. Flexigon, welcome into the chat. Welcome in, Numenor. Yes, yep, yeah. That's Oh, Alinor is the capital of the High Elves in the Elder Scrolls. Yeah, yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Wait, is it spelt like that as well? Alinor ESO. I think it is spelt like that, yeah. That's why when I looked at it, I kind of half was like, I feel like I should know that, like, but yeah. Would have loved to see Del Toro's take on it. Both Pinocchio and Frankenstein have reminded me how good he is. Would have been interesting to see which level of darkness he would have brought. Was it Del Toro that was originally directing The Hobbit? Is that what you mean, or is that something else? He was right. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Oh, can we just get both? Can we have both? Does anyone want to duck over to the multiverse timeline where they had that one and bring it back? I knew it was one of them. Yeah, yeah. No, it was a cool city. The whole, there would be some cool stuff with all that. Some cool. Well, I mean, the time frame for Rings of Power is all over the place because they changed stuff with the time frames of things happening. So they kind of compacted down all these events and stuff into a small frame of time. That just something's like Gandalf being there and stuff. The hell? Like, isn't the whole thing he's like either been there for way longer or the other way around, or he hasn't even been there yet? I don't know. Anyway, I just kind of gave up with even understanding those choices there. He was one of the producers for it? Okay. I'm still bummed there's only been 2 Hellboy movies because only 2 of them count. What's the lore with the Hellboy movies? I don't know. I don't think I've seen Hellboy for a really long time, but I feel like I remember like some new ones coming out that kind of sucked, maybe. I remember the originals. And yeah, there was 2, wasn't there? I kind of think I just remembered the first one.
It is said that Durin's Bane dwells here, though we have not seen it. I doubt that Lord Balin still lives.
Oh my god, Box. Yeah, the Galadriel having a thing for Sauron, it doesn't even make no sense. It like goes even further than not making sense. You know what I mean? I don't even know how to explain how insane it is. It's like... God. Oh, yeah, she's been married to Celeborn. Exactly. Exactly. But like, that's not even a. Yeah, I'm trying to be polite. No, I appreciate it, Fox. I've got to say, like, I think for me, that is like one of the most annoying parts for me. Like, is the Celeborn stuff, because it's like, or Celeborn, like, the fact that he's just not even mentioned. They also have a daughter already. Yeah, exactly. And not only that with Sauron, what about freaking Elrond? Her and Elrond have a thing in the show as well. And yeah, and her daughter he's married to Elrond. Naughty Bev calling celery boy. Celery boy. Yeah. I don't know. Rings of Power's writing is on the young adult level of non-quality. Yeah, definitely. And look, I think there is a place for that in the world. There is. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Rings of Power existing. I'm okay with it being the young adult fantasy teen flick, you know? And that's all it is. I'm okay with that.
Balin came. But we have heard no word from
But just let it stay like that. You guys can take your own weird story writing. You can keep that. We'll go back and we'll use the real stuff. Do you know the 2 girls that left towards the end of season 2 of Rings of Power? I think they left to go to Hobbiton. What are they called? The Halfoots? No, those hobbits who are essentially the hobbits that come over from the east over the mountains, and they go over to Hobbiton. Like, it's the beginning of that sort of all that sort of thing. Yeah. The Halfoots, is it? I don't remember. But then a whole lot of them stay on the mountains, so like they kind of go over the Mines of the Misty Mountains where Mines of Moria is and stuff. and then a lot of them go over to Eriador and then live over in Eriador, but then some of them stay in the Misty Mountains and they end up living there, and they're who become over here is it the stores? I think the stores. We have an ad break as well, I just realized. But yeah, I think they end up staying there, and they're like bigger sort of hobbits, which you can play as in the river hobbits, which Smeagol is a river hobbit. Bit more mix between a human and a hobbit. Alright. That's done. Let's go back to
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the
Dolphin
halls of
View.
Khazad-dûr.
Alright. Let's catch up with the book quest. Search Kutub Zahar. Is that up here? Yeah. For the secret to opening Na Keleb. Now here's an interesting thing. Talking about Celeborn, right? Say instead of Celeb, Caleb, right? You say it like it's like CA, like Caleb almost. It's interesting looking at word like Dwarvish writing. Na Caleb right here, and how the KH, that KH writing. Yeah. Oh, like as a K. Yeah. True. And I like literally like this. KH. Cal. Seam bait is basically always a K, but it's funny how it's kind of it's kind of like a KH, I guess, as well. Not that the H really adds anything, but it's kind of that airiness, that open. Just add a H after everything in Elvish. Celeborn. They did a great job casting the elf in Rings of Power here. The elf? Which elf? Which elf? I think the true as, yeah, makes more of a coffee. it's the wheezing, the wheezing sound. The dwarf. Okay, which dwarf? Which dwarf? The son of Durin, is it? Is it Durin who's the king at the time? Man, these guys have so much health, like so much defense normally. I'm glad we're taking them down. Now, the secret, I'm pretty sure. I wonder where it is. I feel like it's either... I'm trying to think if I can get it on my first click. I think it might be this one here. It's either that... It's one of these two. Oh! that room is like full of those things, and you can go around and just spend like ages searching for the right one. But if you know where it is. So much health, my burglar and Marin and Minas Morgul, the average creature has 30k morale. Yep, well that's how damage scaling works. That's, yeah, it's an MMO. Yeah. But these guys have heaps of defense. That's why I said defense, because it's like they don't actually have more health, but yeah, no, it is funny that. So when we're looking at death before and dueling him, how much health you got death? Like 400k health. It's hilarious. Yeah, 450. Yeah, these guys are strong. I'd be curious what makes them strong, actually. Is there any way you can, like, inspect stats? There is, isn't there? There's a way to inspect, like, weaknesses and stuff on, like, I think as a hunter, isn't there? Or maybe not a hunter. Maybe it's like a lore master? The Prince of Durin. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he was cool. Yeah, he's cool. I think, like, I'm kind of with, like, Lore Masters can, okay. I'm kind of with Box where, like, I kind of wish the dwarves were a bit hardier and darker. You know? Like, I feel like they're portrayed very joyful in Rings of Power and even in The Hobbit. A bit less in The Hobbit, though. The Hobbit at least does that well with that sort of sadness and deepness they have. But, I don't know, Rings of Power kind of just felt like jolly old. But that's not the casting, that's the writing, and I think you're right. Like the actual actor that played him, like I think was good. It's quite good. We've got to bring him back to the good side. Bring him over. Let him play a character in the proper, the proper ones. Last Sushi Blender, thank you so much for the follow. And oh my guys, we just reached 150 followers on Twitch. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for the follow. Last Sushi Bender, I should say. Not Blender. Bender. That's even better. Sushi Bender. Man, that sounds awesome. Holy... Why does it say above on that? That is so funny. Welcome to the chat as well. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. John Rhys Davies was just too OP as a dwarf. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I would have liked a bit... I want to see some more grim dwarf action. I balanced LOTRO with Guild Wars 2, vertical... But I balance LOTRO with Guild Wars 2. Vertical and horizontal progression have complementary virtues, not mutually exclusive ones. Yeah. 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 For sure. For sure, Bugs. Guild Wars 2 is cool. Very different games as well. Cool games to balance between. I see what you mean, because they have very different progressional sort of, oh, like what you gain from progression, like what you get out of it. That's just what dwarves should be from going forward. Yeah, Peter did a great job with how the dwarves looked in The Hobbit. Yeah, they looked good. It was just too, well, I don't know. I think The Hobbit was good. The Hobbit was good. It's just Rings of Power. Rings of Power, they were just way too, like, empty of character. But I guess it's just everything is Rings of Power, man. I don't know. It's not even worth, like, talking about what's good and bad in it, because it's just, like, this absolute mess. For me, there was just too many creative choices in Rings of Power that were based on politics or weird making a point about things. I don't know. I just like that. I just don't care about it, you know?
I have had an idea. What if the
I don't even want to
goblins found
acknowledge
a
it as it's just because when people write stuff into that, like write politics and issues into like creative art, I was like, I don't have time for that stuff. I come to do is to like get away from things and be entertained. Like last sushi bender. Oh my god, okay. Don't worry about the big copy paste. I'm gonna read through you, Sushi Blender. Alright. Quick noob question. I'm level 10 right now and I've tried many classes on daring difficulty. Daring difficulty. What difficulty is that? LOTRO landscape difficulty. Difficulty 2. Okay. Except Minstrel Moonkeeper. All other classes feel like they require way more effort to kill mobs and they're much less mobile. They require way more effort to kill mobs. While with Runekeeper, I can literally run non-stop and clear almost the entire map from range without really stopping. One of my worries is at higher levels and harder farm content, do these classes stay this mobile and survivable, or is this just a low level thing? I'll just say there is elements that are low level things for sure, Sushi Bender. Like things scale weirdly as time goes on, so some classes early on are quite powerful, and things can scale sort of differently. As an example, like Lore Masters, early on their pets are really tough and can just solo mobs themselves. Later on, when you max level, your pets are literally useless other than your skills that they give you, or maybe taunting like from a bear or something. But yeah, honestly, I'm asking right now, why should I play other classes if Runekeeper and Minstrel feel this smooth? Is it the same at level 8? In in-game farming, does mobility get replaced by survivability, standing your ground instead? If that's the case, which classes are naturally good for in-game farming, both for gear and whatever resources are needed? I think, Sushi Bender, I think you kind of answer your own question, and yes, you should just play Runekeeper. It sounds like the class you like to play, and at endgame, endgame farming is viable and actually gets replaced more endgame. It depends what you do though. But for me personally, and how a lot of people play the game, you're going around doing lots of deeds, you're doing lots of open world questing, achievement hunting. Being able to run around and tag mobs and instantly kill them with a long range ability and do that like bam, 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 bam is the best. When you're Slayer deed farming and all that sort of stuff, it's so good. It's really nice. I played a Lore Master and I liked that because I had a single an instant cast ranged damage over time ability, the fire ability or whatever. I just love that. I love being able to run around, tag everyone, lightning strike, kill them all. Like, awesome. If that's what you like, I think you should just go with it because it sounds like you found something you really like and enjoy. The truth is, the different classes in LOTRO are really different, and it's actually now these days in LOTRO, every class is viable to do damage. Back in the day, like every class couldn't do everything. Minstrels were literally like only healers. You couldn't really even, like you had trouble leveling. You needed someone to level with a lot of the time. So yeah, like it's come a long way since then. Lots of classes can still be very much the same now, so every class can like do some sort of damage, but there are other classes that are going to be better than others. That's just how it is. The game's, it has very separate class. It's not balanced in that way, and I think this is a good thing. I don't like an MMO where every class have to be perfectly balanced, so PvP's lovely and all this stuff, whatever. It's boring now. Every class is the same. They're all simple. Well, we get something a bit unique. There's some unique classes out there that are like fun to play in a different way, but may not necessarily be the most best damage or something like that, you know, but are good at different things. Yeah, I think like a lot of the time that's how I've decided on what class I want to play, is by going around doing what you just did, Sushi Bender, and finding, and then being like, why should I play any other class? There's your answer. Play RuneKeeper. I think level RuneKeeper up. Enjoy RuneKeeper. It sounds like you're going to be able to enjoy the game and just play it. Like, honestly, the game is so huge, and your character, your class, is a very small component of it. You know? Like, to get through and play through the whole game, it's going to take a long time. You know? And it's more like the experience of going through it all. So, just having a character that feels really good to play, that is just enjoyable out of the gate, that's good. That's enough for you. That's what you want, right? Just something to carry you through the experience. And like, and so, yeah, if you go and play another class and you're thinking back to like what you're saying, oh, I wish I was playing a RuneKeeper, and I, you know, maybe your option is maybe boost the landscape difficulty a bit, Sushi Bender. I'd say, yeah, and look, because you said you're level 10 right now. And from level 1 to 10, and maybe even up to 15, 20, things are very, very different scaling-wise with your skills. Once you get to about level 20, things start to kind of scale together a bit. You've got a lot more skills. Things are a bit more spread out. So, yeah, like early on can be a bit easier as well. I've just been scrolled all the way up, guys, because I've been reading that story, so I'm just going to scroll down and... The range classes will keep that range advantage, but certain melee classes will become tanky, allowing you to round up large groups and cleaving, which balances it out. Yes, and that's a good point as well, as for sure. You're back, Raider. Welcome back. Anything interesting? We've just been talking about, like, The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings stuff and all sorts of things. Lawmaster is 106 and his pet shreds. Really? Well, but they don't scale well. Maybe they do scale around 110, but later on they don't at all. RuneKeeper is currently the weakest DPS at endgame, but I expect that to change relatively soon. Choose your class for the gameplay, not the damage dealt. Yes. Every class will be able to do the things. You'll have a better experience if the gameplay is enjoyable for you. But if the gameplay being enjoyable for you is that your damage is good and you can kill mobs really quickly, then the answer is that's your right class, right? I think damage dealt could be viable in your decision. It's just more like, yeah. LOTRO sticks to class identity and limitation. Dealing with the later is part of the appeal for me. Yeah. Yes, dealing with limitation. For sure, Box. Yeah, Radar, I know. A bit of an intense conversation. My links routinely one-shot signatures? What? That's wild. Is that been updated or something? That Lawmaster is like strong scaled? Definitely wasn't like that like a year or two ago. But I stopped playing just after they did the fixes or like the nerfs to Lawmaster, and they made the pet you have to summon it. The blue... Oh, because it's blue Lawmaster pet. Oh, of course. Yeah, no, so I haven't even played with that yet. Wow, so is pet actually good? They didn't nerf... Well... They nerfed it for me because I liked having my pet out and being redline. I was a redline Lawmaster, and I liked having my pet out for roleplay purposes, and just like I liked having a pet out, multiple pets. So it upset me that they did that they made such a drastic change. But yeah, no, that's crazy. So blue line pet's actually good now. Wow, I haven't played since the rework. No, yeah. Wow, you're picking so... What the hell? That's awesome. My God, I take all that back. The idea was to split up so red is doing damage and the blue is buffing your pet. Yeah, the idea was to kill the class. No, the idea was to make it not fun. No, I think it's cool. I think the red line skills being like summoning the pet and dealing damage is like a cool idea. And I'm all for it. It's just, I just don't like that they like altered the class, because that's what the class was for me. I played it because of that. And they literally, like, they made, it was like a, yeah, there's a bit of a meh. But I guess red line's fun. That's good though. Let me go back to what you said, Susie Bender. Even though it feels like a completely different game, the class I'm most likely to continue with is Bjorning. Even if constantly staring at bear's ass isn't exactly the most appealing experience. That said, the class fantasy and the endgame healer, tank, survivability vibe, yeah, you're looking at WoW Druid. Yes. Make it a strong second candidate for me. So the question is, how does Bjorning perform in later levels in endgame? How is it in terms of survivability, solo, and open world farming? Bjorning is the best class in the game. It is, as is right. It is the best class for open world. We got a Bjorning to level 58 in Moria on max landscape difficulty without dying. And I don't think it's possible with any other classes, I'll be honest. I just genuinely don't. You're tanky, you've got constant heals, you've got good damage, like you've got viability for different builds, endgame. Yeah, awesome class. But best only is in like, it just good at things. It is good at like so many things though. It may not be interesting to play, but yeah, it's like literally there's no contender. Like in regards to like raid damage and solo dungeon damage, sure, there's definitely way more damage classes and stuff. But what I'm saying is that like, if you look at every aspect of Bjorning, the healing, the tanking, the damage, and you average all of that together, it can do better than, on average, better than any other class. Like it's you know, kind of averaged out for like questing and stuff in open world. When it gets to raiding and dungeons, it's all different. I don't know anything about that anyway, but yeah, we're exaggerating a bit with the bear thing as well. Yeah. They really have to give some sort of option to change that appearance. Being a bear always is boring. Yeah, I agree. I don't like shapeshift classes like that as well, Sushi Bender. I enjoy the class and the combat. It's fun, but yeah. I really enjoyed playing at max landscape because it was so hard that it made things a bit different. And maybe being in bear form feel better. I don't know. It's never going to be it's never going to be anything other than bear. But if you change like your color of your hair on your character, it changes the color of your bear. If no one knew that, you can also change your tattoo on your character and it changes the tattoo on your bear. But some customizations would be good. You were out DPSing the LMs on your bear and then you, oh wow. Yeah. Play what feels good. Just yeah. I opted out of landscape difficulty. It wasn't really more difficult, just slower. I guess. It's definitely more difficult. It's not just slow. So it's fun. I love playing it. Landscape 3 feels really nice because I actually have to use all my abilities, and yeah, like I've actually got to do proper rotations and stuff. Man, imagine if we were playing no landscape with my rotations. I wouldn't even get to test them. Yeah, they might in the future. They might add some more. It'd be good some more customizing. Have you ever heard of Minas Geraeus? No, but it's not somewhere in Middle Earth. Wow, okay. It's in Brazil. Where you're from, Ludo. They updated the bear form. Okay. It's a really good place to level up. It has unique items that give buffs like Peo de Cool. Oh, I see what you did. That's great. That's a state in Brazil, yeah. Minas Gerais. I love that. Minas. That's not my experience. It didn't feel hard. It merely took me longer to fight anything. I guess it depends what class you're playing, what difficulty you're playing on as well, man. Like, I mean, it is definitely harder. Like, it's not the same and just slower. You do have to use more abilities. You have corruptions to deal with, so you've got to cleanse corruptions off dudes. Like, you have to use your abilities more and stuff, so... Oh man, Ludo. Welcome in, Ludo. Good to see you. Good to see you. Minas Gerais is a famous state in Brazil. We make this joke here because of the Minas. Yeah, back in colonial period, it was used for gold mining. True. I love that. Oh, that's great. Didn't feel. Have you played max? Have you played max difficulty? Box? Have you tried max landscape? Because that's difficult. Like, that is difficult. Is that with what class as well? With Bjorning, when we played Bjorning, it was like probably because it was just keeping the rotation up. It was a lot easier than any of the other classes, but yeah. I should specify Elden Ring didn't feel difficult to me. All right, man, whatever. I'm gonna crash out if Twitch disconnects me. Chat one more time. I'll move to YouTube. No. Look, if it means you're chatting and listening, Radar, that's all that matters. Lighting mods, apparently. You guys are talking about lighting mods. I don't really know much about like mods or anything for that, but feel free to ask. If any of you guys are interested as well, you're welcome to pop over to the Discord if you have any Lord of the Rings questions. I know we've had some Lord of the Rings questions and stuff. I do stream a variety of games, but we have a Lord of the Rings little channel in there and some other things. There's multiple people in the community that, and myself included, that are more than happy to try share what we know about things and help out. So yeah, welcome to come join. McCobble Boy, welcome to the chat as well. And with the next update, your opinion will change and you'll just say, oh, this class is the best, when you should be really saying this class deals the most damage, so it's my favorite and the best. Well, McCobble Boy, that's just what you assume when people say things. When people say this class is the best, you assume someone's saying that they think it's their favorite and the best. You don't assume that they're trying to tell you that you're wrong and that nothing's going to stop them from thinking that way. Like, that's just what you do, you know? Yeah. But yeah, best class in terms of damage and group content's always evolving. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I don't really care about it. It's interesting. I like talking about things and stuff, but it's no point actually like applying to that. Like, oh, I'll pick like the current best damage dealing class in this tier, and then it takes me 2 years to get to max level, and now it's the worst. It's like, haha. Just enjoy the game, you know. But if that's how you enjoy if that's how you enjoy games, then sure.